What's up, everyone? This is class 8 and we're going to talk about fair value gaps. Now this is a very important part, so make sure you take notes because we use these on the daily, okay? On a daily basis we use these, so make sure you're ready to take notes. Let's dive in. Now, what are fair value gaps? A fair value gap arises when there is an imbalance between buy and sell orders in the market, leading to a lack of liquidity. These gaps become apparent through the observations of unmitigated candle bodies following a significant move in a particular direction. When there is an excessive number of buy orders relative to sell orders, the market becomes overbought, pushing the price of the asset beyond its fair value. Conversely, when there is a surplus of sell orders compared to buy orders, the market becomes oversold, causing it to fall below its fair value. Okay? Now, having MAs like moving average and things like that can help you see like, okay, hey, it's moving away from its normal fair value. So a gap is possible to be created. But let's talk a little bit more about how to find these fair value gaps. These fair value gaps are visually recognizable through candle charts where the candle bodies exhibit significant deviation from their typical size or range. After a strong move in a particular direction, unmitigated candle bodies indicate a lack of substantial trading activity at fair value, thus exposing a existence of fair value gaps. Okay, now once again we're talking about the unmitigated bodies. All right, make sure you're writing this down, because the benefit of identifying fair value gaps is that it provides valuable insight for traders and investors, recognizing an overbought condition, allowing you to consider to sell that asset, anticipating a price correction. On the other hand, you can identify times when the market is in an oversold condition, and it may indicate times to actually buy the asset at a discounted price and expecting a potential rebound. So whenever you look at these fair value gaps and you notice them, market will push off into an area, creating an engulfment, and then that body is left. Now, if that direction is strong enough, what will end up happening is that you'll see pullbacks towards those fair value gaps and then a continuation in the direction that it was already going, because it needs to go ahead and correct all those sell and buy orders that were missed at fair value. So remember, fair value gaps can also be called a imbalance because there has to be buys and sells. So if there's not enough buys, or there's too many sells, or there's too many buys, there's an imbalance that's created with those fair value gaps, which I'm going to show you an example of. But you have to understand that the market is going to balance itself out at some point in time by having pullbacks towards these fair value gaps. Now, let's actually look at an example on the chart so I can show you what I mean by this. Alright, so we're looking at US 30 on the 2-hour time frame right now. Now, for a fair value gap to happen, you have to find where there's a large candle extending down into a certain direction. To mark off a fair value gap, the following candle has to finish and close so you can be able to see where that gap is. Because if you look at this here, these are all sells, and this wick right here were the last of the buys shown on the chart. Because for price to come down here and to come back up, that means buyers had to buy it back up. Okay, now we look here and price came down and then it came up right here on this wick, but then it sold back down. So this is the last area of sells and buys. Okay, this is the last area of buys and sells. Okay, how I like to mark off my fair value gaps is by using what's called the gone box. So you'll go over into this section right here, so the third one down, and you have your gone box, and I have it to where it shows the 0, 0.5, and the 1. Alright, I'll show you how my settings are. These are my settings. So go ahead and pause the video, and then you can go ahead and copy the settings here. And then you can go ahead and hit template, and then save as, and then just name it. You can save it as fair value gap, whatever you want to do it as. Now, when I use these, I like to, what you're supposed to do is you do it from wick to wick within this institutional candle here. So we're going to mark it off from this wick right here, which is where the last of the buys were, and right here where the last of those buys were as well too. So we're going to go ahead and bring that all the way down. Now at some point in time we can expect that price to actually bounce back up into this area and balance itself back out and continue to move down, because we've already had a large institutional move down. So that's telling us we have a lot of selling pressure. So we need to see what happens as far as getting some sells in this area. But we can also look at other time frames to see if we have another fair value gap there. Now as we look at the 3-hour, the same fair value gap is actually there as well too. And the 50% of this is actually lining up with a weekly level. Now, the 50% of a fair value gap is extraordinarily important, because what you can end up seeing is that market ends up pulling back to around 50% and then reversing back into the direction that it wanted to go in. So if you're looking to catch a pullback using a fair value gap as your entry, one of the best spots to use it as is at that 50, the 1, or the 0. Just understand that if you're the further up that it is, or further away from where price is coming into it, the less likely that it is for it to hit, because it doesn't have to fill the gap completely 100%. But at the same time, it very well can. So keep in mind that if you're going to set up a sell order, I wouldn't do my orders like this. I would still have my stop loss above that zone, because like I said, price can come up and fill this gap right here, come up to that wick, and then drop right back down the way it was going. So you don't want to get into the sell and then just get wicked out and then still go your way. And then say if you try to take it off at the top of the zone, sometimes it'll just come to the 50 and just drop. So this is where you need to use proper risk management. I personally like to take entries off of the 50, off the 0.5, or maybe even a little bit before it, because sometimes it does just wick just off of it, just a little bit before, just sometimes. But overall, when I have my stop loss, I have my stop loss, a little bit above there. You know what I mean? I want to make sure I can let it breathe. But let's go ahead and see what happened as we have this fair value gap here, not only on the 2-hour, but also the 3-hour. Now let's look at the 4-hour. We have a similar gap as well too that comes up with a similar line on this red line right here for the 50%. Now what we're doing right here by looking at multiple time frames is fair value gap stacking. This is a very important key thing to do, because every time that we look at the higher time frames and we find that same zone in the lower time frames, that's just making it even more and more and more powerful for a zone to reject from. So let's go ahead and go back to the 2-hour and see what the market does as it comes up to this area. All right, and we're looking at the 33,496. All right, so we look at the next hour candle. We have rejection, more rejection. We have now bullish movement, rejection, 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 rejection. All right, now we're starting to see some buying up to it, a little bit more, wicking up, almost coming into the fair value gap. Let's see what happens. Boom. Now what we had happen here was that market ended up opening during opening bell. All right, ended up shooting up, filling in the imbalance where it had a whole lot of volume going on in the market, and then continued on with where it wanted to go, dropping down for over 200 pips. Okay, now you don't want to just sit here and try to take every fair value gap. Oh, there's a fair value gap, I'm gonna enter here. No, you don't want to have that happen, because not all fair value gaps just get filled and then it just continues on with the direction that it was going in. That's not how it works. Once again, I'm showing you these things because these are all tools that you want to use to be able to build up a confluence on trading with the market. Okay, so just keep this in mind. Make sure you're taking notes. Whenever I'm marking up, I'm going to add a video in here that's going to show a complete breakdown of this trade as well too, a little bit more in depth, even with including some looking at levels and things like that. So I definitely want to make sure you guys understand to mark these off before you trade, because these are used as targets for it to buy into, and also areas of entry to sell off of as well too, and vice versa when it comes down to buying and selling on bullish and bearish ones. So just keep that in mind. Whenever you guys have questions, feel free to reach out. Until then, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.